Harry to attend the Invictus Games in the Netherlands. Now, today we'll be talking about what is the talk of the town, what is being talked about right now. Now, apparently, UK tabloids are still very, very angry at the fact that Prince Harry will be missing Prince Philip's memorial. According to what I've learned, the memorial was arranged for those who couldn't be able to attend Prince Philip's funeral. And as much as I can see, Prince Harry attended Prince Philip's funeral. And he was there. And now the UK tabloids are very, very angry at the fact that they're not going to be getting any opportunity at taking pictures of Prince Harry. And lying and slandering them, they won't get that opportunity. And they're very, very angry about it. Now, Prince Harry is heading overseas for the Netherlands. And Prince Harry is planning to attend the Invictus Games in The Hague in the Netherlands next month in his capacity as the founding patron, his spokesperson has said. Now, Harry recently appeared in a video promoting the games in which he practiced his Dutch, donned an orange outfit, and told athletes, "See you soon in The Hague." Now, the games, which will start on April 16th, will come a few weeks after Prince Philip's service of Thanksgiving in the UK. And you can be sure about one thing. Prince Harry is not going to the UK without security. Now, one thing that I was thinking about today, on this day, is the fact that these people are playing the rotor, and the royal family are playing with the lives of Prince Harry, Meghan, Archie, and little bit Diana. They're playing with their lives. And Prince Harry has made it perfectly clear that there is no way he is coming to the UK without security arrangements being made. He said that his own personal security is armed in the US. However, in the UK, they will not be able to acquire or use firearms or even access intelligence information that is required to keep his family, his wife and his children, Archie, little bit Diana, safe. And, the priority for Prince Harry has always been one thing: to keep his family safe. That has always been his priority. And the fact that I'm seeing them saying that, hey, look, do you know what? There's going to be security at the service. They'll be there. So why can't Prince Harry come? No. You don't get to pick and choose whenever you want on the safety of Prince Harry, Meghan, and their children. Oh, look, they're going to get security at the memorial service. What about outside the memorial service? Are they going to be safe? Are there assurances that photographers will not be chasing Prince Harry the moment he leaves the memorial service? There are no such assurances. There are none. Zero. Nothing. Because Prince Harry already said that when he was in the UK for the Diana statue unveiling, he was chased by photographers while in the UK. And those kinds of things are what led to the death of Princess Diana. And Prince Harry isn't messing around with the security of his wife and children. So no, UK tabloids can't just get to decide which venue is Harry and Meghan going to get security. Security that Harry himself is willing to pay for, not the taxpayer, and yet they refuse him. I mean, you should have seen this week just how much Met Police was so willing to protect the properties of Russian oligarchs from protesters than they are of Prince Harry, who is much, much willing to pay for his own security. Should have seen it because it happened this week. Now, Harry and Meghan have two children, Archie and little bit Diana. And you know that Harry and Meghan lost their security when they stepped down as senior members of the royal family. Now, in a court hearing last month, lawyers for Prince Harry said he is unwilling to bring his children to the UK without police protection. Now, you can be sure about one thing: Prince Harry will always be there to protect his wife and children, as even in Prince Harry's January statement said this: the goal for Prince Harry has always been simple: to ensure the safety of himself and his family while in the UK, so his children can know his home country. And that's admirable. You can clearly see that Prince Harry is doing everything in his power to keep his wife and children safe. I mean, let's face it, UK tabloids have never cared about Meghan or biracial kids. I mean, every single day they keep wishing and hoping that Harry abandons his wife and children and just back to the UK to just take abuse. They keep hoping that Harry will abandon his mixed race wife and children, and the fact that Harry says no riles them up and makes them even way more and more angry. I mean, it's also about something having to do with the future. I mean, Harry has broken free from the rotter. He's removed himself. He doesn't want to engage with them, making the rotter very, very angry. He doesn't want to engage in them. And this may spell doom for UK tabloids who are looking at the long term. Like, the time will also come for Prince William's children, Charlotte and Louis, both of them. The time will come for them to be bullied and abused by UK tabloids to protect Prince George, the future king as well, Prince William's child. The time will also come for them. And thanks to what Prince Harry has done, he's laid down a path for them to follow. A life of happiness, not misery, as what the royal family, the farm, expects from Spears. That they should sacrifice their happiness, their sanctity of mind, their peace of mind, so that the heirs to the throne, the likes of Queen Elizabeth, who at the time, Princess Margaret, sacrificed her love. She was bullied, abused by UK tabloids. She was publicly defamed by UK tabloids because at the time, Princess Margaret was also more famous than Queen Elizabeth. And look what they did to her. To the point that she fell sick, she fell ill. And it was only then that Queen Elizabeth intervened and asked UK tabloids to stop. And as I've said, the fact that Queen Elizabeth has never ever said anything about the bullying and the abuse of her grandson and her great-grandchildren, Archie and little bit Diana, tells me every single thing that I need to know. However, I want to believe Prince Harry that, as he said in the Oprah interview, that it's the problem is the people around the Queen. I want to believe that. However, it is also very, very hard to believe that the Queen isn't a part of this bullying and abuse that Meghan constantly faces. It's not just the system, because the Queen is the system, basically. And the fact that they keep doing it on and on and on every single time, like they did to Princess Margaret, they did this to Fergie, Princess Diana. They've done this to so many people, Fergie, Princess Diana. But yet now, this year, for the past 6 years, they've been doing it to Meghan. And one thing that truly helps UK tabloids is the fact that they count on people having, basically amnesia, having amnesia. They count on people having amnesia for them to forget what UK tabloids have been so happy to do, engage in this bullying behavior that they like to engage in. And it's just wrong. The UK tabloids count on people having selective amnesia. They count on it. And I believe that the squad is here not just to support Prince Harry and Meghan, but to also provide evidence of every single thing that Prince Harry and Meghan have been through, and the illegal behavior of UK tabloids that they continue to engage in to this day, and that they have engaged in. Like as I said yesterday, like offering $70,000 to Simon Rex to lie that he had slept with Meghan. Offering $70,000. And those are just some of the people that UK tabloids have offered money. Even a while back, a British tabloid had Meghan Markle's social security number. They had Meghan's social security number even before she became a royal. And a retired private investigator has come forward to say that he illegally acquired contact information for Meghan and her family in the early days of her relationship with Prince Harry. And in November 2016, we remember and we can never forget that Kensington Palace issued a virtually unprecedented statement condemning the press coverage and social media attacks aimed at Prince Harry. Actually, at that time, Prince Harry issued that statement where he was under the office of Kensington Palace. Prince Harry issued that letter, a letter to call out the press coverage of Meghan since long before, when they were still boyfriend and girlfriend. He condemned the social media attacks aimed at Meghan. Now, and in the early months of the relationship, tabloid coverage was rampant. But the Sun scored a number of early exclusives, publishing stories that quoted Samantha Markle and claimed that Harry had bombarded Meghan's phone with text. Now, how would the Sun know that Harry had bombarded Meghan with text if they don't continue engaging in the illegal behavior of phone hacking? We are here to remind people of what the tabloids are capable of. And yet, unfortunately, a bunch of racists that form these hate accounts ignore all of this targeting, all of this illegal behavior from the UK tabloids, just to focus on bullying and abusing Meghan, a woman who has suicidal thoughts. And they've profited from that. They've profited, and the UK tabloids as well have profited handsomely from what they have been doing to Meghan. And that's why they continue to this day. And more than 4 years later, a retired private investigator, Daniel Portley Hanks, claimed that he illegally obtained contact information for Meghan and her family members for The Sun. The Sun is owned by Rupert Murdoch. Actually, another person called Dan Wootton was an editor for The Sun. Dan Wootton has this sort of obsession towards Prince Harry. He has thrown insults towards Meghan. Insults. You would think that he's a scorned lover. But aren't most of the Drotter working for UK tabloids and the Rothmers and the Murdochs, most of them actually are engaging in these kinds of behavior. They feel like Prince Harry was stolen from them. A person they called their crown jewel was stolen from them. They even had an ultimatum, writing articles saying that Meghan should not force Harry to choose between Prince Harry and them. Can you imagine the level of derangement that someone can ask Prince Harry, a husband, to choose between his wife and the people who chased his mother to death? Can you believe that? But yes, that happened. And it is this illegal behavior that we must stand against. And I've been thinking today, I had a thought today, because I read a comment on Twitter, and someone said that if you are silent in the face of oppression, if you don't stand up to oppression, you're not just empowering your oppressor, but in addition to that, they will end up killing you and then telling every single person around you that you liked what they were doing to you. And that's why I'm very happy that Harry and Meghan did the Oprah interview. And in addition to that, we do know that there were other footages that were not shown in the Oprah interview, because it was supposed to go for, I think, an extra 2 hours or something. I believe that, but those extra moments, I think, have been kept under lock and key, just in case anything happens to Prince Harry and Meghan, because we know what the royal family is fully capable of. The world knows what the royal family are capable of. The world knows that. And just by seeing this behavior by UK tabloids, someone openly admitting that they acquired information illegally about Meghan, shows that Rupert Murdoch has always believed himself, the owner of The Sun, the owner of Fox News, have always believed himself to be someone that is above the law. That's how he sees himself. The money, the power that he has, the power that he wields. I mean, look at all the misinformation that Fox News spread that led to what happened to the US Capitol. Look at what happened, and yet Rupert Murdoch got away with it. I mean, just look at the power that Rupert Murdoch possesses. The fact that he can be able to get away with phone hacking in the UK, a phone hacking scandal, just get away with it scot-free after just paying compensation to people because he's a billionaire and can afford to pay and settle phone hacking claims. He can afford it, and he's done that, and he's paid off so many people. So many people. Prince Harry has refused to settle, by the way. The case still continues and currently hasn't been heard yet. It keeps on being postponed by the tabloids. And we're hoping that the case proceeds this year, because every single time this case on phone hacking keeps on being postponed. Perhaps Rupert Murdoch is trying to buy time so that he can settle the case with others at the time. And yet he continues to do and engage in these kinds of behavior. I, however, must note that they constantly deny the fact that they hack people's phones at the Sun. They constantly deny it. Now, as I've said, as I continue this story, basically, to expose what the tabloids are capable of, I remember the fact that retired private investigator Daniel Portley Hanks has claimed that he obtained contact information illegally for the Sun about Meghan and her family members for the Sun, including tips that put them on the trail of Thomas Markle along with her social security number. Now, Portley Hanks had signed a letter for the Sun that stipulated that he wouldn't use any illegal methods to locate people or do background checks. He told the New York Times. Then the reporters came back to him and said, but if you want to get work, keep doing what you've been doing, with a nod and a wink. So they signed a letter with the likes of this person, Portley Hanks, telling him, don't obtain it by illegal means, so that you can be the fall guy if you do anything wrong. And then what happens? It reminds me of the phone hacking scandal, where just a bunch of the people that actually did the phone hacking, some of them, the UK tabloids, the news of the world, they turned on them saying that phone hacking only happened because of a bunch of rogue reporters. Do you think that they would have done that without the authorization from their bosses? No, they would never have done that. And this time, do look at this letter. The pattern continues, saying that just do it. Do anything you have to do. But first send this letter saying that you're not going to be doing any illegal stuff. So that in the event that they are caught, they can just exempt themselves from any form of illegalities. The pattern continues. The pattern keeps on continuing. The pattern keeps on continuing. As he said, then the reporters came back to me and said, but if you want to get work, keep doing what you've been doing, with a nod and a wink. Now, the story was first reported by Byline Investigates, a website that publishes stories about the conduct of the British media, because every single person knows how this UK media, tabloid media, behave, and they don't behave like actual journalists. As Prince Harry said in his interview on Misinformation Online, he said that what happens when the media regulates the government, the excesses of the government, but asked a question, who regulates the media? Who regulates them? What happens when you have a rogue media like you have the one in the UK? What happened? What do you do then? I mean, look at Prince Harry and Meghan. They were chased out of the UK, through bullying, abusive behavior of the UK tabloids. They were practically chased out of the UK. And yesterday, a few days ago, I saw another article saying that Americans want Harry and Meghan back in the UK, written by someone who works for the Royal Rotor. Do you believe that? That's what keeps happening. The level of hypocrisy at play is too much. One moment you tell Meghan to go back to America. One moment you call Prince Harry irrelevant. The next moment you're saying, we want you to come back. And Americans also, they want you to come back. someone all from the UK. Reminds me of what Camilla Tomini Izalaya did by calling on Kate's birthday. Camilla Tomini Izalaya called Montecito Water Board to ask if Meghan and Harry were getting water to mow their lawns. Can you believe that? Yes, that's what she did. That's what she did. And this story, they keep on happening. And the fact that this rota keeps on acting so hypocritically, their acts of hypocrisy must be condemned. We must condemn it. We must condemn the acts of hypocrisy. And I'm thankful for sites like Byline Investigate that investigates the conduct of the British tabloid media. And Byline Times said that it was given access to the dossier Portly Angst compiled on the dossier on Meghan and her family, along with his invoices to the Sun. So Byline Times investigated and compiled the dossier. And that actually this person that was told by the Sun to find out anything he can about Meghan by any means necessary, called Portly Angst, that he compiled on Meghan and her family. And the website also shared its exclusives with the Times and the BBC, who both interviewed Portly Angst and reviewed his documentation. And according to Portly Angst, he used a restricted database that he was allowed to access as a private investigator, but was only supposed to on behalf of clients in order to find Meghan's address and phone number, as well as contact information for her family. It was an opening salvo in a war that later saw both Meghan and Harry sue British tabloids. Now, in the interview with Oprah Winfrey and Meghan discussed how the scrutiny and intrusion led to her having suicidal thoughts. Now, in a statement to the BBC, newspapers, the publishers of The Sun, confirmed that they had contracted with Portly Angst but denied that they knew he was using illegal methods to conduct the research. In 2016, The Sun made a legitimate request of Mr. Angst to research contact details and addresses for Meghan Markle and possible relatives using legal databases which he had a license to use. It read, the information he provided could not and did not raise any concerns that he had used illegal practices to obtain the information. At no time did The Sun request the social security number of Meghan Markle, nor use the information he provided for any unlawful practices. That's what The Sun said. Now, in a statement, a spokesperson for Meghan and Harry supported the investigation and said this, and I quote, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex feel that today is an important moment of reflection for the media industry and society at large, as this investigative report shows that the predatory practices of days past are still ongoing, reaping irreversible damage for families and relationships. It read, they are grateful to those working in media who stand for upholding the values of journalism which are needed now more than ever. Now, I personally believe that we all, just like Harry and Meghan, we believe that we should always have the media. The media should always be there to check against the excesses of the government, the actions of the government, and to also, it's about free speech. Everyone is entitled to voice their own opinions. Everyone, I am entitled to give my own opinions. You are entitled to give your opinions. We all of us are entitled to give our own opinions. It's free speech. However, as I said before, when it comes to UK tabloids, what they do is throw away insults, throw away bullying, slander people, and target two couples like they've done a couple, Prince Harry and Meghan. Time and time again, they target them with the aim of destroying them, with the aim of harming them and causing them harm. That has always been the aim of UK tabloids in its reporting of Prince Harry and Meghan. Listen, we cannot allow UK tabloids to rewrite history. We can't allow them to rewrite every single thing that they've done to Harry and Meghan. Because make no mistake about one thing. One thing that UK tabloids continue to allow to happen that people don't realize is that they count on the selective amnesia, the amnesia that people have over their poor treatment of women who join the royal family. That's why generation after generation, they can do that and they keep on doing it. It's something that they've been able to get away with from time and time again. Now, the reason why they've hunted Meghan down as they continue to hunt her down is because when they did the same thing to the Princess Diana, they not only got away with what they did to Princess Diana, they felt emboldened, and now they feel emboldened enough to continue and come after Meghan. One thing that Meghan has on her side is the fact that she has an amazing, amazing husband who protects her and keeps her safe, much to the ire and anger of the UK tabloids, because they are very, very angry at the fact that Prince Harry keeps on protecting his wife and children. They are angry. They are very, very angry at that Prince Harry keeps his wife and children safe. They hate that, and for that they loathe him. The fact that Prince Harry hasn't been able to follow what the narrative that UK tabloids have been trying to get him to follow. First of all, participate in the misogynistic treatment of his wife, like Prince Charles did. He handed over Diana, stories on Diana, just like what Kensington Palace are currently doing to Prince Harry and Meghan, because Prince Harry and Meghan became more famous than the heir to the throne, Prince William and Kate Middleton, and they couldn't take that. The jealousy was too much for them to control. They could not control the jealousy for Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And now, even now, I've been hearing from the Rotter. You see how the PR job that they did for Prince William. I have to say, the PR job that they did for Prince William, because you saw what they did. One moment they were reporting on Prince William saying that apparently war is alien in Europe, but common in Africa and Asia. It's just reminiscent of Prince Philip's own words about Asia. Talking about to Asian students while they were basically in Asia at the time. Prince Philip was on a tour of Asia. And at that time, he said that, and I quote, "If you end up staying here, you may have slitty eyes." Those are Prince Philip's words. And he asked Africans if they continue to throw spears till now. They cannot control their racism, and it seems that they've passed that on to Prince William. Prince William is the perfect definition of racism, basically, and they can't control it. And I'm sure that every single time that now the UK tabloids go ahead and report about Prince William, they'll do their best to try and hide the cameras, because he might slip up and Prince William is a racist may end up trending on Twitter. And all the Rota were out in full force to defend Prince William. Some even called themselves liars, saying they misheard what Prince William said. Liars called themselves that. Just look how they bent over for Prince William. Look at them. And yet they tell you every single day that there is nothing that we could have possibly done to protect and defend Meghan. Because the palace, the farm, and the UK tabloids were all working together hand in hand to ruin Prince Harry and his marriage to Meghan. All of them were working hand in hand. And I'm glad that no weapon formed against Prince Harry and Meghan has been able to succeed. Prince Harry and Meghan continue to thrive, and they keep on thriving day in, day out. Because UK tabloids promised their readers that Harry would be working at McDonald's in just a year or two. They promised that. They promised that Harry will come back begging. They mocked Meghan's job as an actor. They mocked it. Like, how will they earn a living? But Prince Harry and Meghan said anywhere is better off than having to take bullying and abuse every single day while we're here in the UK. They packed their bags and they went over to America. And I'm so grateful and thankful that Prince Harry and Meghan are working together to build a better future for their children, Archie, and make even the world a better place in the process. And we must fight all of these things that have been happening to them. We must call out the tabloid behavior, because the tabloid behavior is and has always been wrong, evil, and cruel. We must call out their practices, and we must share it to the rest of the world. Otherwise, As I said before, if you keep quiet in the face of oppression, they'll kill you and tell you that you enjoyed what they were doing to you if you remain silent. And I'm glad that Prince Harry and Meghan have spoken up. Because if the royal family didn't want Prince Harry and Meghan to do the Oprah interview, it's simple. When Harry and Meghan left, why not stop the slander? Why not stop the defamation? Yet they expected Harry and Meghan to just take the abuse, keep their mouths shut, and remain silent. I even had a member of the royal rota telling Meghan, actually telling to the viewers in tabloid TV, telling them, hey, Harry and Meghan just need to keep a dignified silence. They just need to take it. Just take it. But when they're subjected to a fraction, just a fraction of what Meghan has been through, all of them, what I've noticed from all of them is that all of them start crying. Tears. White tears. And they are safe. But yet they don't believe that a black woman deserves any sympathy, any form of mercy. Just be objective. Asking them to be objective is an alien word to UK tabloids that they don't want to hear. They'll never ever be objective. They'll always be biased whenever they talk about Prince Harry and Meghan. And we shall always call them out. Always. The double standards. And ladies and gentlemen, when talking about this story about Prince Harry not coming to the memorial, I want you to just remember basically one thing. Prince William also missed the memorial of the late Queen Mother, but yet even UK tabloids were all very, very quiet about it. Every one of them, they were quiet about it. But yet they choose to bully and mock Prince Harry and Meghan because they have refused to play the game with UK tabloids. They've refused to play the game that killed Prince Harry's mother. And you will never know, because I have so much respect for Prince Harry and Meghan. Now, William and Kate missed the service of Thanksgiving of the Queen's Mother Memorial Service, and even Princess Margaret, as they went on to enjoy a skiing holiday. It is these double standards that we keep on fighting every single time. What UK tabloids constantly rely on is people having selective amnesia. They rely on you having selective amnesia. They rely on it, and they want you to have selective amnesia so that they can continue to exploit people. And as someone great said this, when you read the papers, you are misinformed. When you don't read them, you are uninformed. So in this day, in this modern day and age, what we all need to do is that go ahead, read that paper, but don't just take it in and just accept everything that has been written. Use your own critical thinking skills that you are given. Use critical thinking skills. Just think to yourself. Form your own opinion. Don't let the newspapers guide your opinion of someone. Form your own opinion based on what you've seen, not what the tabloids or the papers are telling you. Don't be misinformed while they drive the agenda of their rich billionaire friends who don't even pay taxes, while they play around with your mind, like what Fox propaganda did in the insurrection, the part it played, the misinformation it played. Don't let yourself be guided by misinformation. Use your own critical thinking skills. Just use it. For instance, the people who stormed the US Capitol believed that election had been rigged because they had been told. But there was no evidence. Why not ask, where is the evidence? Because no one has ever been able to give that kind of evidence. Why not ask for the evidence? Why? Why not listen to a judge? All of the judges basically rejected the cases and claims from Donald Trump. But why not just form your own critical thinking skills? Because most of them prefer the white supremacy that they were taught and told by Trump. Like as someone said to me, Trump did not start racism in America. He didn't. What he did was tap into what was already there and brought it up. That's what he did. He tapped into the white supremacy. He tapped into the racism and he exploited it. He did not start racism in America. What you're seeing right now, he didn't start it. He simply tapped into it. Because racists were so happy to hide. Even though they expressed the racism, even though racism was obviously there, there were some of them, most of them, were happy to hide. But then, after Trump, they were all happy to show their faces in the full glare of the media, knowing that the media supported their behavior, knowing that Rupert Murdoch owned Fox Propaganda, supported their behavior. And we must always be ready. You see this double standard that I was talking about, the double standards in the reporting of Prince Harry and Meghan. The Prince William skipped the Queen Mother's memorial. UK tabloids seem to have forgotten that. And now all of them are trashing Prince Harry and Meghan because they simply want to keep their family safe. No going without security. And now they're trashing him because he's going to the Invictus Games for wounded veterans. It is important that we all are able to form our own basis, our own opinions, without being guided by a UK tabloid. And I'm glad for the squad. I'm thankful for the Success Squad Family TV, for all members of the squad globally. I'm so humbled and honored to be a part of this global community. People who saw the abuse and said, no, 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 we must step in, we must help and protect this beautiful black woman, Meghan. We can't allow them to do what they constantly continue to do. We can't continue to let them harm this woman who simply just fell in love with a white prince in an all-white institution. And we are not going to tolerate what they're doing to Meghan. And we form this community to support Meghan, support their charities, support their work, call out the injustices and the racism, and call out these double standards that we see keeping on happening. The propping up of Kate Middleton while trashing of Meghan. I'm thankful for this community for doing just that, for doing what is right, for always being the voice of reason. I'm so humble and honored to be a part of this community. It humbles me and makes me so happy every single day to be a part of this community. It brings me great joy, and you have no idea how much. And I'm thankful to be a supporter of Prince Harry and Meghan, and I will support them every single day. As I said before, Britney Spears fans knew what was happening to Britney Spears. The media endorsed what happened to Britney Spears, the abuse that she faced from Jamie Spears and her siblings. They all stood there and supported it. At one point, Britney Spears was running into a restaurant to hide from paparazzi. But instead of finding refuge in that restaurant, at one time there are stories that I read, the people in that restaurant took pictures of Britney Spears while she was crying as she held her child. And now, today we see the same thing. The UK tabloids propping up the likes of Samantha Markle and Thomas Markle Jr. and Thomas Markle to continue this constant negativity and incitement of hate towards Meghan, so that the media can get some stories that they can sell to the public, not caring about what life is being harmed. The people that are being harmed, they are not objective and they lack objectivity. The tabloid media lacks objectivity, and they shall never be objective, not when it comes to Prince Harry or Meghan. Never. They'll always be biased. But we must never let them get away with their actions. We mustn't let them get away with their actions. And even Samantha Markle currently has been banned from Twitter, suspended from Twitter. But she's been suspended to enforce a pre-existing ban because she's formed different accounts just to target Meghan, the sister, someone who had a better life than Samantha. Someone who has had a better life than Samantha, and Samantha has never been able to handle it. Meghan has the life that Samantha would have loved to have. And Samantha hates her because of how successful she is. Hates Meghan because of the success that she has achieved. And her Twitter account belonging to Samantha Markle was suspended from the social media platform on Monday. The account at the Markle Sami was suspended after BuzzFeed News Eli Hall reported, thanks to Christopher Bowsey's investigation, that Samantha appeared to have been using it to share lies about Meghan for years, including that Meghan did not actually give birth to her children. I was looking at something today basically. But before that, a representative for Twitter confirmed that on Monday that the account was suspended for violating its ban evasion policy. And Harry and Meghan haven't commented about this, but I'm hoping that their lawyers are looking. Now, Prince Harry and Meghan's representatives have not responded for comment about this, but I'm hoping that their lawyers are looking into it, as I've said. Now, apparently, Samantha Markle's lawyer, Douglas Kale, said that the account had been hacked. Typical for Samantha. When she's caught out, she'll continue to lie. She'll continue to lie because this account has been active for years, spreading slander and lies about Meghan. Lies. Just because she's miserable does not mean that others are entitled to her misery as well. And so I was listening at something and I read something today basically. It was a comparison between like Barack Obama and Meghan Markle. Now, this is actually very, very much interesting as what I've seen basically. Now, and so this is what it basically said. Now, Barack Obama was born on the 4th of August. Meghan also born on the 4th of August. Barack Obama, mixed race. Meghan, mixed race. Barack Obama became the first American president. Meghan became the first African-American duchess. Barack Obama has racists demanding to see his birth certificate. Meghan also has racists demanding to see the birth certificates of her children. Like Samantha Markle wants to see the birth certificate alongside the likes of Yankee Wally, her friend who targets Meghan on YouTube with lies, slander. They build a community and a platform where they're making thousands of pounds every month. And all of them combined make approximately $4 million just smearing Meghan. And it just shows what Meghan has been up against. These racists should back off and stay away from the wombs of women, of black women. Stay away. Stay far, far away. Black people can have children, and they do have children. Stop with these racist tropes that they've been taught by Trump. As I said, racism is taught. Why do you think they get this birth certificate stuff, asking black people to give them their birth certificate to see? They got it from Trump, and now they're asking the same of Meghan. And Samantha Markle appears to be also a Trump supporter, calling her Twitter handle that Trump is still president. And basically, what keeps on happening to me is just very much disgusting. And these are things that we have to stand against. And I'm thankful for this global community for standing against it. And I love you, family. I love this family. And I love the people who are fighting against this. And I want to thank Christopher Bowsey for being the first person who always fights the kind of hate and vitriol that we have on social media. I'm thankful for that. Thank you so much for what you've done for Meghan and for others. This isn't just for Meghan, for others as well. Because today it's Meghan, tomorrow it can be anyone else that is targeted by racist tropes. And I'm thankful for Christopher Bowsey for that, for what he's done, this investigation. And I hope that Meghan's lawyers got their hands on this. I sincerely hope that they have gotten their hands on this. Now, for that, I hope you learned a lot in this podcast. And stay tuned to our next podcast on YouTube. Sayonara, family. And I hope you learned a lot in this podcast. Now, to the press, Samantha has tried to assert that she and Meghan were close during their younger years. But even she admits that she hasn't seen Meghan in more than 10 years. Her motivation is money. And just because she's miserable and she lives with someone who's abusive, doesn't mean that she has any right to project a unhappy life towards Megan. It is not Megan's fault that Samantha is bitter, but Samantha chooses to blame Megan for that. Now, I hope that in my heart that Megan continues to thrive as she is doing right now. May her projects continue to succeed. May they just be happy, and may their kids be happy always. And continue ignoring these naysayers, these bad people like Samantha, who clearly just wants attention. But however, we must call out these practices by them. We must let the world know what they're doing, because UK tabloids aren't going to do that. They're not going to do that. And I hope that Megan's lawyer gets his hands on this report, because it was beautifully done by Christopher Bowsey. Now, family, thank you so much for joining me in this podcast. Stay tuned to our next video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for daily and consistent content. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara. Hello, and welcome back to Sasko Family TV. As I end this podcast, I'd like to thank you so much for watching our video. It means the absolute world to us. Kindly like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. Kindly hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content we post every single day. And it will mean the absolute world to us if you support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. If you wish to donate to our channel, kindly send to our PayPal email briankiputo95@gmail.com in our description box, or to our Netala account, also briankiputo95@gmail.com. Your support will mean the absolute world to us, with PayPal being the preferred option for this channel. Kindly stay tuned to our next video, and thank you so much to every single person that has ever supported our family. With so much love, stay tuned to our next video, and I'm hoping that you're having a great, fantastic day, and this podcast made you feel much better. Have a great day, family. Thank you.